Semen retention will strengthen your connection with your higher self. It will make you a disciplined man that's leading with his higher self, aka his spirit, and not his lower self, which is his animalistic nature, which is his addictive nature. Actually, you are here to rise above your lower nature. You are here to rise above your lower animalistic nature. This nature is addictive for a reason. Therefore, you must master it, right? Peace and blessings to all the kings out there. You click this video because you want to learn how to strengthen your walk with God, or are you wondering how does semen retention strengthen your walk with God? Well, first thing first, it is possible to strengthen your walk with God while practicing semen retention. But first, let's start off by defining what God is. Or should we start off by defining what semen retention is? For those who that don't know, well, allow me to explain both of them to you. I have said this over and over, numerous times, multiple times. So if you don't mind, go back and watch my old videos. And I'm glad you're watching this one. Now let's do it. Semen retention. Semen retention. This is the practice of refraining from ejaculation. This may either involve avoiding ejaculation altogether or having regular ejaculations during a period of abstinence. Semen retention is a game of discipline. It is a game of test. It is a game of self-control. Are you built or not? Now that I described briefly what semen retention is, it is about to get real deep, but not too deep. Don't think of it too deeply, right? Let's define what God is, or who it is, right? I'm gonna start out with the big G. God. Okay, now many of you are probably wondering who is God, what is God, how's God defined? So if you say God to the average person walk around, or to anyone, everybody's gonna say up there, him, in heaven. Yeah, you're right. That's God, but it's not a man up there. Instead, it's a man down here. You are the God down here. You are the higher God. The higher God is the higher mind, which is higher consciousness, which is your higher self, which is the same thing as Christ consciousness, which is why the Bible says that Christ is the head of the church. Therefore, your head is Christ, which is Christ consciousness, which is your God. Each one of us has this divine aspect within us because we're all manifestations of that higher mind, right? So therefore, the divine God, your higher self, or whoever you believe this person is not separate from you. You are that person. You are that being. So rather it being external, this is internal. This is within us, guiding us to connect with the higher selves and expand our consciousness. That's what it's all about, fellas. That's what it's all about, kings. Let's do it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this up here, but I want to explain what higher self is. But before we do that, I got a book that I want you guys to read. This book is by Maureen St. Germain, Mastering Your 5D Self. It reads, believe in a higher self and learn to activate it and use it. Recognize that your higher self can guide you home. Your higher self is you and knows what you planned for yourself before you came into this body. Your higher self has access to your past and also your current goals and desires. It sounds like the higher self knows all, right? Now, I hope you kings understood that. So with all of that being said, practicing semen retention will strengthen your walk with God because it will strengthen your connection with your higher self. So therefore, where's my marker? Did you guys see? Oh, it's in my pocket. God, we're gonna call God your higher self. Higher self, God. And guess who the lower self is? The devil, right? Semen retention will strengthen your connection with your higher self. It will make you a disciplined man that's leading with his higher self, aka his spirit, and not his lower self, which is his animalistic nature, which is his addictive nature. Actually, you are here to rise above your lower nature. You are here to rise above your lower animalistic nature. This nature is addictive for a reason. Therefore, you must master it, right? Your lower self is, hold on, I don't want to get too far. Let me explain. Hold on. Before we get too far on your higher self and lower self, it's time to draw. All right, so we got higher self. Now notice, if you got higher self, what's the opposite of your higher self? Lower self. Higher self, and what's the opposite of God? The devil, right? Of course. God, devil. God, higher self, devil, lower self. Simple. That's all it is. That's all it means. But let me explain why you are here. You are here to rise above this area. You do not want to be stuck in your lower animalistic nature because that's 90% of the world. That's half of the world that's maneuvering out of their root chakra, maneuvering in their animal body, their animal car. So therefore, this area here is filled with what? Wait. I want to do it like this. We're gonna do a man. You know, we got, Leonardo DiCaprio time. So notice this is a man, right? That's his nose. But notice I'm only drawing his upper half. This is his higher self. So guess what? The lower self is right here. That's his lower self. Lower self. Higher self, lower self. Spiritual, physical. That's another duality thing we could put, so you guys can get it that way as well. Now, when living through your higher self, you are maneuvering through love, operating out of love. You see the love out of everything. Love, abundance. You have an abundant mindset. You aren't creating limiting beliefs like a lower self would. You know what I'm saying? Compassion, peace, acceptance. Living through your higher self, you seek within. So guess what? We're gonna put within. Therefore, it's all internal. But if you wanna go over to this lower self side, it's gonna be the opposite, right? Within, you're seeking everything external. You're making yourself a victim. You're maneuvering out of victim mentality. Egoism. Let's do it. Your lower self, lower nature, your physical body. This is where your, I'm not saying the word, but you guys know. This is where your eggplant is. The area you love to please, your flesh. Get rid of that. Stop doing that. Your lower self is filled with lust. Lower self is filled with greed, envy, egoism. You're operating out of an external view. You're operating external. You don't seek within. War. Oh, this is a big one. This is a good one. You're always in war mode, always in fight mode. That's what you call your lower animalistic nature. That's what you call your reptilian brain. That's what you call the things that keeps everyone in fear, that keeps everyone fighting, that keeps everyone being fed, that keeps everyone fornicating. Those 4 things are controlled by your lower nature. Those 4 things will keep your soul stuck. Those 4 things will keep your soul trapped. Maybe I should write those. But look, that's what I meant by this. War and fight. Oh, look around the world. What do you see? All people do is eat. Fight. Sex. And have fear. Those 4 things. And you think it's all about you when you're living through your lower self. So guess what? You're real selfish. You need to become selfless. I would say that'll be compassion or acceptance, but let's just add it anyway. Selfless. So why would you, look guys, tell me, how could it be beneficial living through your lower self, connecting through your lower self, living through the devil on semen retention? Therefore, you're not strengthening your walk with God if you're not living through your higher self, if you're not working on your spiritual side, not being selfless, having love, abundance, compassion for everybody. If you're not doing that, then guess what? You must be strengthening your walk with the devil. Look, every time. That's what happens every time you want to strengthen your walk with the devil. Please your lower self, please your physical body, please your reptilian brain that you must get past, just like this. Lower self. But when you become a king and master that discipline, you rise from this lower addictive nature and you shoot up. And you become a true king, you become a true God. You wake up that inner God that's within. You are both of these as well. Just because you are God does not mean you aren't the devil. You have the choice to be both. These are both archetypes that we all have within. It is all about balance. You will not strengthen your walk with God if you're living through your lower self. If you're pleasing your flesh, it's not possible to strengthen your connection with the divine by leading with your lower self. And if you actually want to do this, if you actually want to fall for this addictive nature, then guess what? This will draw you away from your higher purposes, and it will lead you toward negativity and conflict. You know what I'm saying? Your life will not be peaceful. You will think it's peaceful, but you will not be at peace at all. You won't be at peace, man. So to truly deepen your spiritual journey, it's important to align your higher self. It's important to align with God and cultivate positive thoughts and actions. That's all it's about, people. It's not about a man up there. It's not about a man there. A man isn't doing anything to you. A man is doing it to himself, and that man is you. God is what you are when you choose to vibrate high. The devil is what you are as well when you choose to vibrate what? Low. To the what? Flow. Low to the flow. Now, how does this connect with semen retention? Let me tell you, while living through your higher self and being on semen retention, it increases your focus and gives you clarity. And of course, it strengthens your connection with God. I said that over and over. But before you dismiss this practice, before you get scared, before you operate out of fear and be like, I don't want to do semen retention, I'm not made for it. Well, hear me out. This is more than just physical discipline. It is not just about physical discipline. This practice it goes into the metaphysical side, the spiritual side. It's not just about the physical, the spiritual side. This is our connection to something greater, something divine. It's all about aligning our energy with the higher purpose. And that higher purpose is God's purpose. That is your true purpose. That is your soul's purpose. So let's dive in even more. Hey. I think it's very important that we realize the sacredness of our energy, the sacredness of our semen, our vital life force, our vital life energy. We need to realize how sacred that energy is. So when you think about semen retention, it's easy to reduce it to just self-control, just physical discipline. But it's more than that. On my journey, it's all about acknowledging that energy that's within. It's all about acknowledging the sacred energy that's within. This energy is a God-given gift. The same energy that God, whomever, whatever you call it, used to create the universe, the stars, the earth, and us. So therefore, we must be the universe experiencing itself. Think about that, fellas. When I hold on to this energy, practicing semen retention, it feels like I'm holding on to something divine, something that's meant to be respected and channeled and not disrespected and squandered. It's like God is whispering to me. Well, it's like my higher self, just whispering to me. You feel a good sense of bliss coming over you. But there comes a time in every person's journey when we begin to question the deeper things in life, right? Like, who am I? Who created me? What is my purpose? How do I draw myself closer to God? And in that search, we will come across many practices like what? Semen retention, right? Okay. These practices touch our spiritual essence, our true spiritual essence of who we truly are. So you're not practicing semen retention for nothing. You didn't click on this video for nothing. You didn't hear about semen retention for nothing. Using this energy for something more powerful. Semen retention for me is about reclaiming my true power. The true power that was given to me since I came into this realm. Again, for another time. But seriously, this life force, creative power, and offering up to God, it can be transformed into something greater. So when I said that you can offer this energy up to God, let me explain it, because this side, I wouldn't say everything has a duality. So if you're lusting, nothing is wrong with lusting. It's about what you do with that lust energy. You need to learn how to use this lust energy on this side, because in society today, you have been programmed to use your lust. Spread your sexual energy, shoot it out externally through this area right here, through the physical way. But have you ever thought about, wait a minute, if I can lust physically, I'm shooting it out physically, how can I use this same energy and offer it up to God? Offer this same energy up to my higher self. Offer this same energy up into my spiritual side. Well, I'm not gonna dive too deep on this, but I'm gonna just give you a brief rundown. You need to learn how to shoot this energy up to your pineal gland, man. I'm telling you that right now. But that's just a brief thing. It's not about shooting it up to your pineal gland. It's just energy in all that you must learn how to transmute and use it in other ways. Semen retention is a choice to hold on, where's the top of my marker so it don't get it dry? But yeah, semen retention is a choice for you to step away from instant gratification and towards deeper discipline, the kind of discipline that connects you to something divine. And the more I practice semen retention, the more I felt my connection getting stronger and stronger within. It's not just in my body. I don't only feel it, of course I feel strong, boy. I'm in a weight room, grinding. But it's not just about my body. It's not just about the physical. But I feel strong in my spirit. I feel strong with my spirit. I lead with spirit. It's like this energy, this sacred energy was always meant to be more than just a physical thing. Like really, man, the more you stay on this journey, the more you learn, the more you expand your consciousness, the more you become back to the norm, the more normal it feels to hold your seed. It's like it was meant for us to elevate. So when I retain, I feel more in tune with my soul. I feel more aware of God's presence in my life, in every part of my life. It's like the noise of the outside world, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because that's external. I'm so within, I'm so, on this side, living through my higher self, I quiet the outside world down and I can hear I can hear God's voice more clearly. I can hear my higher self more clearly. I can hear his voice, his guidance, his love. Man, come on now, y'all get it, right? That's why it's so important to live through your higher self on semen retention. And it's a great reminder that you are not just your body. You are not just flesh and bones, but you are a temple, a vessel for God's spirit. So when I choose retention, I choose to honor that temple, right? I choose to preserve this sacred energy that resides within. You are more than just flesh and bones. You are more than a human. Actually, you are not a human. There's a difference between a human. Let me show you. This is the difference between a human. Matter of fact, I could do it just like this. The human, H-U-E-M-A-N, which is nothing but a hue, a color spectrum. Therefore, you are an energy body. But too many people nowadays want to be human. They aren't spiritually aligned at all. They love the material world. They love the physical things. They love the flesh. Well, therefore, you know your soul can be bounded to this materialistic world, right? If you want it to be, then feel free, go ahead and fall for this trap. Fall for the lust, fall for the greed, fall for the envy, fall for the egoism, fall for the programming, the agenda that is being put out today in society. That's why, man, look. That's why you constantly see, if you turn on the news, war, low vibrational, lower self, keep you in a hell state of mind. That's another duality. Wait a minute. God, of course, heaven, hell. But yeah, you turn on the news, you see fight, war, keep you in a hell state of mind. And guess what? You know that porn that you watch, the porn that's free? Why is it free? So you can lust, and express your lust through your lower self. That is a trap, kings. That is a trap. And that is how you live through your what? Your false self. That's why they call the devil a false god, false idol, man. Come on now. Semen retention will teach you self-mastery. And self-mastery, I found it to be so key for spiritual growth. So the more I master my desires, the more I don't live through my flesh, the more I don't become a slave to my desires, the more space I create for God's will to unfold in my life. It's a process of surrender. It's a process of letting go of those desires. It's a progress of allowing the energy to flow into your new divine life in a new divine direction. So when you want to live through your higher self in life in general, while practicing semen retention, you will feel your mind, your body, your soul all aligned together, all working together in harmony. Now let's discuss this higher power once again and more again, because it gets deeper and deeper. So this higher power, aka the Most High, aka God, aka the sun out there, but internally speaking, within, right? Your higher self is God. So your higher self is you. You are God. You are your own God. So when we connect to this higher self, we tap into a deeper understanding of our purpose and potential. This connection can help guide you through the challenges that life will throw at you. It will help you make better decisions through life. Just in case you're wondering why it's so important to access this divine God energy on semen retention, well, if you were to connect with this energy while being on semen retention, you will what? Up. You will go up. You will elevate. This will elevate your energy. Why? Because you're aligning this part of yourself. You begin to resonate with higher frequencies. And when you resonate off higher frequencies, therefore you're vibrating high. So therefore you are inviting this good God energy into your life. And that's how you become God. That's how you strengthen your walk with God. This energy is all about love, compassion, and enlightenment. Enlightenment. The word enlightenment has light in it. So when you get enlightened, raise your vibration, raise your consciousness, then that light that's in your third eye, your pineal gland, that's another light that'll be sparked. I do not want to erase this beautiful artwork. I love it. So let me just write 4 different ways you guys can connect with your higher self right here. And yes, semen retention is a way. You should be doing semen retention always. I mean, you should be on semen retention anyway. These 4 things is something you need to be doing while practicing semen retention. Number 1, this is how you connect with the inner God and have silence, meditation. This is how you connect with your true self. Take time, man, take some peace, bro. How often do you, the average person walking around, sit down at the end of the day and meditate, release everything they picked up throughout the day and just release it? Most people don't do that. We just pick up stuff, and live with all this energy and don't release anything. And people wonder, why, I'm so stressed. I got this trauma, woo. Yeah, because you living with this energy. And this same energy can be brought home. You leave out the house, you bring it back home with you. You going out, you need to release it. Journaling, you can write out your thoughts. You can write out your life. Your words can create your life when you speak them and write them. Don't play with it. Oh, my favorite, nature. You can't go wrong with nature, y'all. But see, the problem is in this world today, we've been removed from nature. Number 4, intention setting. Setting intentions, that's very important in life. Dealing with women, everything, man. But these are 4 ways to connect with your higher self. Number 1, meditation. You should spend quiet time each day and sit still and listen to your mind. Right? Just like I'm writing this stuff down, journaling is key. So write down your thoughts, write down your feelings and your insights. And guess what? This can reveal deeper truths in your life. And my favorite, like I said, nature. You can't go wrong with nature, man. You cannot tell me you walk outside and get mad and sad. Not around them beautiful green trees you won't. So guess what? You need to spend time outdoors to ground yourself and connect with the universe. Number 4, intention setting, being intentional. So start your day with the clear intentions. The way you wake up is so important, and the way you go to sleep is important. Wake up with a good mindset. So it's all about strengthening your walk with God. But when you hear the word strength, what do you think about? Strength, you're building, you're lifting weights, right? You know, so to build strength, you have to lift some. So how do you build your strength with God? What are you lifting? Let me tell you, you're lifting your vibration, you're lifting your energy, you're lifting your consciousness, you're lifting yourself from your lower animalistic nature. You're lifting yourself from your autopilot lifestyle. You need to become the pilot and tap into your true power, King, because your reptilian brain, which is the same as your lower self almost, because that's what controls this stuff. That's what's driving you to this stuff, your lower animalistic nature, which is keeping you on autopilot. So you need to tap into your higher self and be the pilot and start creating your life. Become the director of your movie. Because if you're not the director of your movie, then what you're doing, you're watching it. You're allowing your life to be directed. You're allowing your energy to be directed if you're not controlling yourself. So on Semen Retention, you want to strengthen your walk with God for vibration purposes, for energy purposes, for frequency purposes. So therefore, it must mean for consciousness purposes. Consciousness purposes. So guess what? Heaven, we're going to add Christ. And no, I'm not talking about a person named Christ. If I'm talking about a person named Christ, then that person is you. Why would I be talking about an external person? Therefore, that must be on this side, living external, seeking external peace, looking on the outside for something when everything is within. So when you practice semen retention, this frequency over here will increase. So imagine your consciousness as a radio antenna with a vast expanse of parallel realities, right? All of them are vibrating at the same frequency, the same thing. So when we elevate our consciousness vibration, we essentially tune into these higher realities, allowing us to experience life. Look, my bad. Allowing us to experience life with all the qualities that comes from God. This side here is so lovely. And those elevated states are God. That is a heaven state of mind. And in my opinion, you know, to me, man, semen retention, did I write it or I erased it? Well, whatever, just pretend. Semen retention and God, to me, it's like they're closely related. Much like family members, right? Like father, son, brother, sister, whatever. I just know they're very close. So semen retention and higher consciousness, these two things go beyond the physical, go way beyond the physical. It symbolizes a commitment to unlocking your higher self. Therefore, it goes to the spiritual side, right? It helps you lead with spirit. This is the way to channel and conserve the life energy for your true purpose, and more meaningful pursuits. But if you want to keep living on this side, wasting your vital energy, wasting your life force, if you understood how important it is, you probably wouldn't want to do it. You'll probably stop, get a grip. But for real, let me tell you. So losing this vital sexual energy, AKA your semen, you will have decreased vitality. You will have unnecessary suffering. Yep, you will suffer from that. So why would you want to waste this vital energy? Wouldn't you rather wake up every day and live in bliss? Wouldn't you rather wake up every day and be in heaven? Or would you rather be living every day, pleasing your lower self, waking up in hell, but waiting on someone to come get you so you can go to heaven? but you haven't even changed your mindset to be in a heaven state. So how can you even get there? Come on, man. So living through God, living through your higher self on semen retention will enhance your spiritual focus. It will enhance your spiritual journey. So therefore, when you're practicing this, you cultivate a great sense of awareness, your thoughts, your emotions, and your desires. You become in control of all of them. This will lead you to a closer relationship with God, right? And not the devil, not Satan, not your lower self. Because when you lose this relationship with God, you get through off path, man. You get through off your journey, bro. But as you get more attuned with your higher self, with your divine guidance and wisdom, then you begin to live a beautiful, peaceful life. So by channeling your life force, you create a stronger connection to the divine, and you have a divine, beautiful life. So you guys can see that this side is filled with distractions, man. Full of distractions, full of temptations that'll pull you away from your that'll pull you away from your path, that'll keep you away from your soul purpose, that'll keep you stuck in your root chakra, stuck in your lower self. Come on, man. You are better than that. You are stronger than that. I believe in you, kings, but you got to believe in yourself. Me believing in you ain't nothing. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have confidence within. So the more you become a slave to your desires, the more you become stuck in your lower energy centers, which is ruled by sex, food, and power. This keeps you from strengthening your walk with God deeply. But as you engage more deeply into spiritual practices like pretend semen retention is here. So as you engage more deeply into spiritual practices like semen retention, you may find that your understanding of God's will for your life becomes more clear. You start to feel, oh man, it's like, let's just say all these years you weren't practicing semen retention, but you still felt like yourself, right? But when you start doing semen retention, you're like, hold on, that wasn't me. Now I feel like me. Today I feel like me. I feel like this is my true soul purpose. I don't feel like this is out of the norm. I feel like I'm back to the norm, where I got started, where I come from, right? Let's do it. Hey. So if you're on a soul journey, seeking a deeper connection with God, I encourage you to practice this. Well, I encourage you to do semen retention, but I also encourage you to learn about your higher self, learn what the higher self is, learn how to master it, learn about how your mind works, learn about how your body works, your subconscious, your conscious mind. It's all, and then this journey, guys, fellas, whoever is watching, it's not about perfection. Instead, it's about intention setting. It's about taking one step closer to living in alignment with your higher self, with the divine that's within. It's all about living through God. But you do have the option to strengthen your walk with the devil, aka your false self. The choice is yours, kings. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm out of here.